As well as the questionnaire, I wanted video feedback from my audience too. I narrowed the questions down to 3, which personally I thought were most important. These questions were: what do you think about the artist? How does the digipack and poster relate to the video? And what do you like, or what would you change about my productions? The feedback I received was:
it represents the artist because of the setting and the clothing that he wore.
Well, I think the video represents the artist in a way that suggests he is young and adventurous, however with a dark side to that, because in the music video there was use of alcohol and drugs, which suggests he's quite reckless.
I think the artist's type of music, the genre of the music, grime, represents him well because he is of urban descent.
Well, I think he's got quite some style due to the clothing he's wearing. And he's got snapbacks and his burgundy hoodie that matches, I guess it matches the song as well. Good use of like party music.
I didn't have much understanding of Wiley. I'm not really into that sort of genre of music. But I felt that the artist was represented very well only because I was able to see some of their work. I felt that the video understood what he was all about. It not only sort of symbolised the genre really, really well, and stereotypically almost, but it got across the artist's opinions and interpretations of the world. Okay, for example, Wiley is all about sort of having fun, friends, okay, friendships, going out partying, almost, and that comes across really, really well. Also, though, this idea of success and having materialistic possessions that show that you're successful, I felt that you got across very well. For example, the use of the car, the clothing and costumes that you wore suited Wiley, I think, very well.
Because of the party scene, he's a fair reflection of the youth today. He seems very materialistic by the clothes he wears, especially the Nike hoodie.
I think the artist is a good representation of the youth today, as in the video there are scenes about old parties and what you used to do.
Yes, because the graffiti part links to grime.
I think there's good synergy across all 3 products in Joshua's production, because the clothing that he's wearing in the music video is also worn on the ancillary task. You can see it on the advert poster and digipack. The same hoodie, jeans and a sort of cap is worn in all productions.
Yes and no. Firstly, because the poster contains graffiti, which represents the music genre well, whilst the digipack does not.
Yes, I do believe that the poster links well with the video because of the typography he uses, like the graffiti font links well with the video.
The synergy between the ancillary task and the video, I felt was strong. The mise-en-scène of the ancillary task worked well together. The colour scheme, the typography, the branding of the artist, the representation of the artist, you could see had a continuity between them. And then that was employed into the music video by using similar, or in some cases the same, sort of costumes. You could see there was a link there, the relationship there. I felt there could be little bits of improvement made. There was a few sort of like wavy effects used on the poster and ancillary task that works for that very well, but maybe could have been incorporated into the music video. However, that's just my opinion. Overall, I think the synergy worked really well.
It's fair reflection because the setting used is in both the poster and the video. Furthermore, the dark scene at the end relates to the lyrics page in the digipack.
Yeah, I do, as the picture that's in the poster is in the video, so it's all really linked.
Stars are on the ground right now, but that won't be for long. We go back up into the sky and shine.
You can improve it by having more nice looking girls.
There are various elements of Joshua's production that I really like. in the music video HD imagery is used, very crisp quality imagery. I also like the editing. There's like really good visual and musical correlation when the music becomes more fast paced. I really like those scenes. Again, I like his advert poster. It's got very crisp imagery and I think it fits a lot of the conventions of the genre. However, one thing I would change is that in the music video there's a scene with a female. I think those scenes could be a bit more colourful and richer to have a more engaging experience.
I like the way the music video has been edited. The lip syncing has been done well. I would change one thing about the video, which was to have all the artists in one room in one scene together.
I like the fact that there was a house party involved, as I'm quite a party guy. And what I changed about the video is that I'll probably use like a Aston Martin instead of a BMW.
So, your ancillary tasks I felt worked very well. I felt that the camera shot of the poster was very good, the effects used were very good. However, I personally would have liked maybe a closer camera shot of the artist and tried to gone down a different route maybe. Maybe some of the colours were a little bright for my taste, so maybe I could have used a more what's the word? Used a more stylistic, a more simplistic sort of colour scheme that sort of got across the idea of success and wealth, maybe a little bit more. Alternatively, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of a voyeuristic approach in the music video in terms of the female. I know it's very difficult to do, but this idea of the male gaze I think is quite evident in a lot of these sort of music videos, so having a little bit more of that would have been a very good step.
I like the traffic scene at the beginning with the buses and the high street, because it just reminds me of a proper video, a professional video. That's really good. And I like the scene at the end where I think it's called Green Screen, where you put your own ads on the front. I like that bit there. And I also like seeing all the youngsters having fun when they were dressing up in Batman and at a party, having a laugh, and the diversity and different cultures and males and females all together having a good time. There's much I would change. The thing I would suggest was perhaps at the very end, the last scene with all the people that appeared in the video in the scene together.
I like how the video flows and it tells a story and how it's all consistent.
Throughout my audience feedback, there was many criticisms and also talking points, one of which was the criticism of the female's part and overall mise-en-scène. This was criticised because of the purple background and not much else, and with little non-verbal communication. I struggled to even get a female to have a part in my video, as you could see in the first draft that I did. So when somebody offered to do it, or I asked somebody, I jumped at the opportunity wherever the mise-en-scène would have been. Without this scene, I think it would have been the video overall would have been a failure. Another talking point has been where Jay, who's playing Skepta, has an axe in his hand in a garage. I chose to use this as it would just be controversial and people would talk about it. There is no actual reason why he's holding it, although people have seemed to talk about it, so it has served its purpose well. Also, him being in a garage and it being untidy and everything does cause controversy too, but I used the garage because of grime and it evolved from the genre garage. Also, the common feedback that I received was that people liked the green screen. I felt that I had to use this because it is used in many videos these days because of the technological improvements that people make. I chose to use the light and background because of the background used in Wiley's video for Reload. This song was the song that I was going to choose over Can You Hear Me? So I thought that I could incorporate the two together by including a scene that I thought worked very well with the artists. From my feedback, what I've learned is that people really do like the effects that I've used, especially the one where Jay says that he's causing a heatwave and the whole screen shakes. I think this has had a good effect as it is a real talking point, and people would be able to converse with other people about how I've used these effects. Also, I have used the blur effect. This is to show a blurred version of the mise-en-scène and clothing of what the character is actually wearing, rather than the non-verbal communication and makeup almost. Not much of an effect, but I did use the zoom tool quite a lot. I use this to have a more simplistic approach to the mise-en-scène and focus more on the character and what he's saying or doing. Quite a few people have said that they know the story behind the character from my video, and they've took an insight into him. I think this conforms to the reception theory by Stuart Hall, and the fact that the audience are active and they can decode a message within. Some people have criticised that all the artists are not in the same shot together. As I was putting the music video together, I found that it was hard to get everyone in the same place at the same time, as the other two do actually work, the other two males, and the female goes to a college, a different one, so I found it hard to collect everyone in one place. So because of this, I decided to do individual scenes where you don't see the artists in the same place, and some people have actually gave me feedback saying that they like this and that it has worked very well. Some people have also said that they like the fact that there is a party scene and the cultural difference shown in the video. I thought this was effective, as a lot of pop songs mostly involve party scenes, and the cultural difference is there to broaden out their audience. Some other people have actually spoke about the costumes used, and just for the sake of it, the Batman and Robin outfit are just completely random. That's what I wanted to show, having fun, and I think a party scene would have portrayed this anyway. But by chance I got invited to a fancy dress party, so I decided to go as Batman, and therefore showing more fun, I think, because it's showing how people can feel comfortable around their friends, dress up how they want. Also, the use of alcohol and drugs were used in the party scene. I used this just merely to conform to conventions, as a lot of grime videos especially use or even talk about drugs and alcohol, and some pop songs do show alcohol in their videos. One thing that I was surprised that people didn't mention was the fact that my character is concealed throughout the whole digipack and poster and ancillary stage. In the digipack it shows 3 images of him, all of which he's crossing his arms, much like him in the advert poster. This is seen as conventional, as it has been involved in a lot of grime images in the past, much like when grime artists do freestyles when they have their hood up or snapback on to just conceal identity.